how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we are going to be reviewing two things for Star Wars. And because they're both anime related, Pokemon will be reviewing Detective Pikachu tomorrow, just for the fact that we're talking about anime today. We're going to be covering Star Wars Visions, as well as the manga Star Wars Edge of Balance for the High Republic. So, we're going to be talking about Visions first, and then afterwards we're going to be talking about Edge of Balance. So it might be a little bit of a longer video than usual. It's just literally because we're covering two things. So if you guys watched my What If review yesterday, that's how we're going to be doing Visions. We're going to go through each of the 9 episodes. I'm going to kind of talk about those. I'll talk about which ones are my favorites. This is a lot more positive than What If was. So we're going to be talking about my favorite episodes, some of my least favorite stuff that I had to pick out, and then just standout moments, and then we'll rank the series altogether out of 10, and then I'll explain Edge of Balance once we get there, for those of you who haven't seen my book reviews before. And actually, I've never done a manga review before, so it'll be a little weirder. So let's start off with episode 1, The Duel. This was a really cool episode, really cool fight between the Sith, although I don't know how the Sith umbrella works. But actually, I'm really excited because I did pick up Ronin today, which literally, as of recording this, came out today. So finding out that that's the first episode and it's a strong episode was just, it's really cool that it gets its own book. So I think the cool part was the reveal that he was a Sith at the same time, and fighting other Siths. So it's a really interesting character, and I'm excited to find out more about that character. Next was Tatooine Rhapsody. This episode, it's kind of weird for me. So basically what it is it's a Star Wars music episode, and it's very chibi animation in my opinion. It was a cool concept, good episode, but it felt weird. It kind of almost felt a little Scott Pilgrim-y for me for the music, which is fine. I like that kind of music. But it didn't feel like Star Wars. It felt like something that was wearing a Star Wars costume. Which it wasn't my least favorite episode, but it was a strange one for me, in all honesty. The next episode was another really cool episode, but it was also a mixed bag, mainly for the fact that this is kind of where I realized it wasn't canon, which you think after the duel I would. I mean, it could possibly work into canon, or it could be stories, but this is where I was trying to figure things out, like, okay, are they Inquisitors? Are they this and that? And it just ended up, you realize that this episode, if you haven't with the duel, that this isn't canon. But it was a cool concept. It was about twin Sith Lords in the Empire. One decides to try to be good, and they end up fighting this epic battle, and it was just a really, really cool battle. Next was The Village Bride, which is I think this one was my least favorite. It was just kind of a little weird for my taste. I'm not a big anime person. I only really like Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, and some of the stuff my friend showed me. But I mean, it was kind of, this was just a weird episode for me. I mean, there's some cool fights in it, but it still felt kind of just off. Next was The Ninth Jedi. This was a really good episode. The plot twist that there's only one Jedi the whole time, and all the rest were Sith, that was really, really cool. Two were Jedi. I forgot one was in deep cover, but it was just really interesting, especially with the idea of the lightsabers changing color to the person's connectivity to the Force. That was just a really, really cool episode. Now here, I take back the Village Bride. I forgot. TOB1 was my least favorite episode. That felt a little too My Life as a Teenage Robot. It felt a lot like Astro Boy. I don't know if that's because it's like the same. It might be the same. I'm not, like I said, I'm not into anime as much as I'm into Star Wars. I don't know if that's the same people that did Astro Boy or something, but it felt too much like Astro Boy to me. Next was The Elder. The Elder was a really cool one. That felt like it was High Republic era. And just the concept with a Sith that somehow escaped extinction, and they were weak enough where I'd completely understand, like, if this was canon, why people wouldn't have counted it. But I mean, he was still strong, but I'm saying counted it as in the 1,000 Years of Peace, there being no Sith, because this guy, he wasn't like a super strong Sith that we've seen and everything, but he was like basically a ghost. It was pretty creepy. It was pretty cool. Next is by far my favorite episode, which was Lop and Ocho. And this episode, literally the ending made me cry. It was really cool to see all this fighting, or all the fighting and all the emotion behind it and everything. And it was just a great episode. And this is another one that I could feel could be canon. And then Akari, or Akakiri, I think it is. That was, I literally just finished watching it. It was okay. It was, I liked it, but again, it was not my cup of tea. So altogether, I do give this about a 7 out of 10. It was good, just like I said, not fully my cup of tea, but I did really enjoy the storytelling for most of them. Like I said, my favorite one has to be Lop and Och, and my least favorite has to be TOB1. But yeah, other than that, it was a really good show. So next, let's talk about the manga. So we had the anime, we have the manga, and yeah, here's the live action, the Netflix adaptation. Or I guess Mandalorian would be more Netflix adaptation since it's on Disney Plus. But Edge of Balance, I finished this in about a week. I ended up buying it at a comic book store, not realizing that it came out, and then I just decided to read it while I'm reading the Out of the Shadows, which I'm almost done with, so we'll be getting a review of that soon. But probably next week. But this was pretty interesting. I enjoyed the characters, especially the Wookiee Jedi Master. It's great to know we have 2 Wookiees in the High Republic. It does feel like it has an ensemble cast, but it's really really focuses on about 5 characters, and it's great to see Stellan in it as well. But yeah, we focus on the main character, which is, cannot remember her, Lily. Then we have her master, who's the Wookiee. Then we have Viviana, Lily's Padawan, who I literally just read this book and I can't remember the names. We had Nima too, as well as Master Ackroff is the Wookiee, and I'm trying to just remember the Padawan's name, so I'm looking really quick right now. Kieran. They were all good characters, pretty good characters. I like Lily's. Lily is basically the whole point of the title name is because of Lily. She is very conflicted. I don't know if it's not animation, but the drawing. But she seems young to be a Jedi Knight, which, I mean, we already have a character like Vernestra Rowe, who's also very young to be a Jedi Knight and has a Padawan. But I feel that Lily is probably more closer to my age, where Vernestra is 17 currently in the book that I'm reading. But still, it feels like she's younger than she should be to be a Jedi Knight, but is still very talented, which they make. The only thing that bothers me with that and with Vernestra is that the Star Wars movies, the original saga, made it sound like it was such a big deal that Anakin was a Jedi Knight that young. But in the High Republic, it seems like a lot of characters are Jedi Knights pretty young. But yeah, the whole plot was Drengir coming and attacking Banshee, which is the planet that they are on, and they had to deal with it, and then they had to figure out who led the Drengir there, or who planted them, and it turns out that, spoiler alert, there's a Nile in the settlement. So, basically, it's setting up for part 2, which I'm excited for. This manga I will give out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a very good manga. I really enjoyed it. And that's coming from somebody that's read all the Dragon Ball Z manga, read up to Hoenn for the Pokemon manga, and hasn't given anything else a chance yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What did you guys think of Visions? Did you guys watch it? And what did you guys think of Edge of Balance? Did you guys read it? Do you have any other manga that you would like to have me read? I will totally go ahead and check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, ring that bell. And if you could do me a favor and go down below in the description, I have all of my social media, so if you can follow me on there, it's all free. So make sure you guys do that. It's that nerd Ryan telling you, we are all Jedi Masters and weeaboos on the inside.